How does the narcissist usually act at the end of a relationship? You possibly know very well that narcissists do generally follow very predictive patterns, and the breakup is referred to as a discard. And in the dictionary, a discard is defined as getting rid of someone or something that is no longer useful or desirable. And the difference, there's a big difference between a breakup and a discard, is that during a normal split from a normal relationship, both parties are usually sad about the ending of this relationship, and the initiator is able to recognize that the other person's feelings are hurt and will feel some sense of guilt. However, narcissists, on the other hand, they lack empathy and they are 100% unable to recognize another person's feelings, another person's needs. And during a discard, you may be at your absolute lowest. They appear to move on without a care in the world and may exhibit absolute disregard for you, whether you've been together for weeks or decades. And this is because they truly do have nothing but utter disregard for you and for anybody else that is in their life or will come into their life in the future. And one common behavior that occurs during the discard is the distortion of the truth. That narcissists, they will make up their own version of reality regarding the details surrounding the breakup. Why? Mainly to preserve their ego and their reputation. Whatever the reason for the relationship's end, it will always be your fault. Even if you left them, they'll tell everybody that they left you. And in the world of narcissism, the discard follows a very predictable abusive pattern in which many will refer to as a manipulation ship, sometimes a situation ship. And the first stage is idealization, where you are probably placed on a pedestal in order to build trust and remove your boundaries. And this love bombing phase pulled you deeper and deeper into the narcissistic relationship. And later on, the narcissist, they realize that you are not perfect and that you are a flawed human being just like everyone else, and that you don't fit this fantasy of perfection, and you start resisting his or her attempts to control you. Either way, the next phase will begin, and that is the devaluation. Devaluation will often involve more intense efforts at manipulation and abuse. They will intentionally exploit your vulnerabilities, and they will intentionally hit your trigger points. And this is now the primary form of interaction that the narcissist has with you, and nothing other than this. And remember that in order to survive, narcissists, they need you to believe their false constructed reality and offer your full attention, admiration, and adulation. And if you don't, the subconscious fear of abandonment from the narcissist may start creeping in, and they will sense that you are possibly thinking about making an exit. And as a defense mechanism, they will then go on the hunt for new supply behind your back, meaning anyone else who can provide a sense of desirability for that narcissist. So what are the warning signs? How will a narcissist act when they are getting ready to discard you? Sudden, intense involvement with a friend or a business associate or somebody that you may have never heard of. Secrecy surrounding their phones, their emails, their text messages, their social media accounts, changing their routine, often including frequent lateness, cancellations, and unavailability. They will also disappear for days on end without contact or explanation. And sometimes they'll pull what I call a destination fight. This is when they will purposely pick a fight with you, knowing that they need to get out of the house and they are trying to get to the new source of supply so they can shut their phone off and be with the new source of supply in peace behind your back. They will tell overly detailed stories when you ask about where they have been. And your discovery of suspicious objects inside your home or car will definitely happen, or possibly happen. And there is a sudden change in, say, things such as the way that they appear, or new clothes, haircuts, and say a new perfume or cologne. And they may even start displaying bizarre speech patterns, mannerisms, and hobbies. Why? They are mirroring the new source of supply, and that those are the interests of the new source of supply. And your brain at this point will be trying so hard to make sense of what is going on that you may become completely exhausted and debilitated on many levels. Even knowing these warning signs may not stop the feeling of being completely blindsided by this. And the consequences will not only be psychological, but physical, including anxiety, depression, suicidal thoughts, isolation, autoimmune disease triggers, and stomach problems. These are just things just to start. And it is important that you protect yourself if you sense that a discard is coming. Never, ever, ever discount your intuition, because a narcissist's main goal will be to punish you, and they will often go after what you value the most in order to punish you. If you have children together, they will launch a major custody battle purely out of spite. Parental alienation often results from this. They commonly go after money and property, anything that they feel that they can physically take away from you, just to make your life feel even more like a living hell. I recommend that you get out when the narcissist is not around and get hold of whatever belongs to you, because while you still have access to it, because you will not be going back. If you plan to leave the house, take whatever belongings you can, and as you'll probably be locked out, and there will probably be a new replacement person there within days, if not hours. And finally, if possible, save money while you can, create a bank account in your own name, and speak to an attorney as soon as possible to understand more specifically how you can protect yourself, especially if you are legally bound in a marriage. And most importantly, do not let anyone who may possibly relay this information back to the narcissist know or understand your plans, even the slightest nuance. And if you think that someone you care about, or you yourself may be in a relationship with a narcissist, feel free to send me a message, or any of the other coaches or influencers here on Instagram or on YouTube. There are a ton of professionals that you can get answers from. Leave a question in a comment underneath one of my posts or underneath this video. If you would like, you can send me a text message, and the buttons are in my bio. My name is Sara Ann Brown, and this is Narcissistic Abuse 101. Hey guys, if you would like to donate to my cause, Narcissistic Abuse 101, you can click the PayPal link in my bio, and your donations will go towards the production of these videos, which help so many people, getting people free coaching, live speaking events, the production of my new book, and so much more.